Forza Motorsport 7 is the latest and possibly greatest iteration of the Forza Motorsport series to date. It features over 700 cars, 32 locations to race at, and over 200 configurations for racing. It offers online multiplayer play and a seemingly never-ending series of single-player content as you push to be champion of the Drivers' Cup. But is it any good? Let's take a look at what Forza has to offer and what it's lacking. Forza Motorsport 7 features both a single-player career and an online multiplayer mode, both of which earn you in-game cash and XP. Single-player mode focuses on your driver's career in the Forza Drivers' Cup, with 6 divisions of racing. Each division features a variety of circuit races and special races that reward you with unique cars, such as sprints, passing challenges, and endurance events. You can also face off against your rivals in rival matches, which pit you against other players' drivatars. In terms of content, there are many races and car divisions to choose from in each division of races, giving a wide variety of racing experiences. As you progress through each race, you earn XP, which then applies to your Division Cup progress. Once you earn a cup in all 6 divisions, another set of races will unlock in each division, adding to the single-player content. Each division is harder than the previous one, providing a wide variety of difficulty. Though you can tune and modify your car for each race division, the game will force your mods to be amalgamated to other cars in the divisions to keep things on par. Your opponents, much like Forza Horizon 3, are all based on actual player driving styles. Yep, Forza records your driving and produces an AI drivatar that will appear as a contender in your race events based on your Xbox Live friend list. An added bonus is that your own drivatar can earn cash without you even playing, as it races against the other players. In addition to Forza Drivers' Cup, there's also a free play mode that lets you instantly play any kind of race in any car division just for fun. You can also compete against other rivals in the rival mode. This feature offers a variety of racing styles from spec racing and track days to autocross and drifting. Each race earns you in-game currency and XP, and as an added bonus, lets your rival know you've tromped their lap record. Cars are earned through specialist races and can be purchased in-game with in-game currency. They can be bought from the auction or just from the auto dealer. In order to compete in your division, you have to have the right car, and if you don't have the cash to buy it, you cannot race in that division. This forces you to grind credits in the game to buy what you need to progress, but it never felt like a chore, and I never had to repeat a race. I was able to earn all the in-game cash I needed simply by playing the content. For those with more money than sense, you could also buy car packs with real-world money and give yourself an edge. One aspect of the overall gameplay that was completely useless was mods. Forza did not dodge the loot box bug. This game has loot boxes. You buy prize crates with in-game currency, and each box can give you mods, cars, or driver gear. Cars are cars, driver gear is clothing for your drivatar, but mods are the real scam. Mods give you bonus credits and bonus XP based on accomplishing certain things in a race event. They last a certain amount of races and require you to execute things like perfect turns, perfect passes, and other race-based milestones. The scam is that they cost more than they earn you. You spend $50,000 for a prize crate and you make $5,000 in bonuses, so therefore you lose money. After opening the ones that came with the game, I never bothered again. The one saving grace is that you don't have to buy them, and you certainly don't have to use real-world money. However, you do need real-world money to buy the DLC car packs. These cars can offer bonus credits and XP per race, but they're only available for real money. Another odd money grab is the VIP mode. For an extra $25 on top of an $80 game, you get some extra cars and access to VIP rival races. You can avoid this mode as it's not worth your money. However, if you shelled out the $99 for the Deluxe Edition or the $130 for the Ultimate Edition, the cars and the VIP come with. Multiplayer mode. Multiplayer mode in Forza Motorsport 7 is simply broken. Out of the 20 times I tried to race with friends, I could only actually connect about 25% of the time. Eventually, the attempts to make a race happen became so frustrating I simply ignored this part of the game. This is a stark contrast to the 2007 release of Forza Horizon 3, which had a seamless multiplayer experience that was rewarding, interactive, and social. It should be noted that I play Forza on PC, which may contribute to the connection issues, but these issues do not present themselves with Forza Horizon 3, which is based on the same game engine. If you are fortunate enough to get a lobby together and have a race, you can expect to be punted off the track by callous other players. Do not expect a clean competitive race. There's always a bad apple willing to ram you off the track for kicks. This can be mitigated by turning off collisions in the game, but again, attempting to get a race started was so frustrating so many times, I just gave up trying. If you want a good multiplayer experience, consider Assetto Corsa or iRacing. Forza Motorsport 7 multiplayer is a complete failure. Thankfully, the single-player content makes up for it. Driving experience. Forza Motorsport 7 lives in a weird space between arcade drivers and sim racers. As this was my first Forza Motorsport game, the only thing I could compare it to is Gran Turismo 1 on a PlayStation 1, in a very good way. Forza gives just the right level of engaging racing experience without overwhelming the experience with details like tire wear or fuel. Though the game offers full assist for steering, braking, and all other aspects of driving dynamics, I found the best experience was found by turning off all the assists and earning the win versus having a game do it for you. In terms of the actual driving experience, it's good. Very good. Using a Logitech G27 provided realistic feedback on road conditions and tire traction. The game has many conditions with which to hone your skill, with wet racing being the most challenging. Driving feedback is good enough to give you that white knuckle feel as you barely hang on to a corner and live on the edge of traction. You feel engaged, in control, and when you mess up, you know it's you and not the game. As mentioned, there's also weather in the game. There's rain, fog, night and day races, each providing its own unique experience. The rain is very good. There's actual puddles on the track, and when you hit them, odds are you will hydroplane into an embankment, so stay frosty. Forza has damage. You can disable this option, but it's worth keeping on to keep your skills keen. If you impact something with enough force, you will break your car. If you miss the shift and go from fourth to first, you will break your car. Is the damage realistic? Not at all. You can rub and grind against your opponents and the guardrails in a way that would put you out of a race in Assetto Corsa or Project Cars 2. However, when the damage does occur, you feel it in the car and the force feedback, giving some realism. Endurance events add another layer of realism by considering tire wear as well. As you race, you lose grip, and if you're too aggressive, you'll lose it faster. This adds an extra element to these races only. It's too bad it can't be extended to all races. Each car has its own capabilities and handling characteristics, and I found I enjoyed it the most when I didn't modify them. It's possible to endlessly modify any car in the game, with the same level of detail as Forza Horizon 3, letting you do almost anything to your car. Do you want a 1500 horsepower four-wheel drive Honda Civic? We can do that for you. As with Forza Horizon 3, tunes can be sold on the game market, sending credits back to the maker. Aero, brakes, engine, wheels, everything can be changed, but as mentioned, odds are the game will make you amalgamate your car to the division class you're racing in single-player mode. Mostly I ignored the upgrading cars as I found it watered down the unique nature of each car. In addition to upgrading, cars can be tuned in the standard manner. Tire pressure, downforce, suspension geometry, all can be adjusted, providing the car has the parts to let it happen. You're not going to be able to add downforce to a Dodge Super Bee. Though typically I didn't play around much with the tuning, it did come in handy in a few instances, such as trying to fling an off-road aerial nomad around a circuit race. The car was much easier to handle after lowering and firming up the suspension, as the factory setting for that car make it handle like a drunk newfie on a skating rink. Tunes can also be sold in the marketplace, so if you find the endless tuning options intimidating, you can simply try somebody else's tried and true setup. One option that's not available, which would greatly improve the game, is VR support and head tracking. This has become a commonplace in most serious racing sims, and it's disappointing to see such a polished game lacking the support. Performance. Forza Motorsport 7 worked right out of the box. There were no odd crashes and no performance issues, at least until the Windows 10 Creator Update, which crippled the game to 30 frames per second in full screen mode. This problem is specific to my setup, as this game has issues having multiple monitors plugged in. The only way around this problem was to run it in full screen windowed mode. Forza does require a decent gaming rig, as with many racing games, if you're not getting 60 frames per second, you're going to have a bad time. Anything less than 60 frames per second adds too much input lag, and you simply do not have the time to react at high speeds. However, there are enough quality settings to tune it to what you need. There's also ample online help to get your game running properly. Unfortunately, Forza is following the new common trend of not supporting SLI or Crossfire, so you're gonna need a decent video card. Minimum specs state a GeForce 650, but I guarantee that card will not provide you with a great gaming experience. I would suggest a 1060 or better. My 980 Ti's just get 60 frames per second on ultra settings. I did notice that in extended gameplay periods over 2 hours, I often found my frame rates dropping for no reason. The problem was easily fixed by restarting the game, suggesting another all too familiar memory leak somewhere in the program. Conclusions. If you're a racing fan and a car fan, this game is worth owning. It's easily the best racing game on PC for 2017 as long as you don't expect full realism. If you're a casual gamer and you love Gran Turismo style games, you will enjoy this game. The adjustable assists make the game playable at all levels of expertise, and with assists fully off, you feel engaged and immersed in a driving experience. If you're a hardcore racing fan, this game is not for you. You will find it lacking in realism in almost every aspect of gameplay. The difference is subtle, but switching from Forza to Assetto Corsa showed a clearly more realistic driving feel in Assetto Corsa. The lack of VR support, realistic damage, and overall style is not a racing sim. This is more arcade. The good? 700 cars, 32 tracks, endless combinations, and easily the best looking racing game out there visually. Forza Motorsport 7 will give you an engaging racing experience and enough options to keep you entertained for 100 hours or more. The game runs well, it's laid out well, and has many of the options that make racing games great, like upgrading cars, competitive racing, and tuning. The gimmick races such as high-speed chases, passing challenges, and bowling add some extra spice to the experience to keep it new. The bad? It's not a full racing sim, and if you're looking for that experience, you're going to come away from Forza lacking. The multiplayer is broken, and even if you do get a match to work, the races are generally annoying due to the trolls you have to share the track with, and it's a stark contrast to Forza Horizon 3, which had a super engaging and social multiplayer aspect. Multiplayer would be much improved by having a lobby based on driving to the racetracks so you can spend some time admiring your opponent's rides and chatting. Though Horizon 3 is an entirely different style of game, some of the aspects of matchmaking could have been used. And finally, no SLI or VR support. BOGG gives this game an 8 out of 10. It's definitely worth owning for the 2017 year, and if you love racing, I highly recommend you go pick it up. Thanks for watching Bitter Old Goons Reviews. If you enjoyed this, make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned because we'll be doing more of these. Thanks for watching.